The prenup is ironclad. The text came at 2:14 a.m. She's not even hiding it anymore. No name, no number I recognized. Just those words. I stared at the screen in the dark, the glow carving shadows across the bedroom. She slept beside me, her breathing soft, rhythmic. Too even, almost rehearsed. I didn't move, didn't answer, didn't wake her. Instead, I lay there, rigid, staring at the ceiling. My mind dissected every syllable of that message. She's not even hiding it anymore. Not she cheated. Not she's with someone else. No, this was worse. A certainty, a performance dropped, a mask removed. And suddenly, I realized I had seen it too. The late meetings, the hushed laughter in the hallway on phone calls, the locked screen when I entered the room. My body didn't react. My heart didn't race. No anger, no panic. Just a hollow, expanding stillness. I turned my head, studying her profile in the half-light. Her lips twitched in some private dream. The silence pressed down, thick and suffocating. And in that silence, I understood. My life had already split open. Morning came like nothing had changed. She kissed my cheek on her way out, coffee in hand, perfume trailing after her. I nodded, murmured something mechanical, and watched her walk away. That text still burned in my pocket. But I didn't need another one. The clues had been there for months. The weekend trips with friends. The way she flinched when I touched her phone. The sudden insistence we revisit the prenup she once called just a formality. Infidelity wasn't new to me. I'd seen it tear families apart. But seeing it bleed into my own house, our house, was different. Still, I said nothing. The denial was a luxury I didn't allow myself. I studied her instead. Her smiles seemed sharper, her laughter too forced. She would sit across the dinner table, eyes on her wineglass more than me. And always, always, the phone face down. I pretended to believe her excuses, pretended not to notice, but inside, I was sharpening a knife. Investigation for me was never about confrontation. It was about patience, silence, letting the truth rot in their hands before they even knew I held it. First, the accounts. I requested statements from the bank, quietly. Transfers, hotel charges, a string of dinners in places we never went. Then, the phone. Not hers, mine. A tracker app synced to her car, hidden. I watched the dots appear late at night, parked outside an apartment on the other side of the city. Finally, the test. A DNA swab mailed in a plain envelope. Our daughter's cheek pressed against a cotton swab as she laughed, not knowing what her father suspected. The days stretched long, filled with silence between us. I played the part of the trusting husband, smiled, kissed her cheek, let her spin her lies. But at night, my thoughts tightened like a noose. Who is he? How long? How many times has she smiled at me while carrying his scent on her skin? I didn't rage. I didn't break. I just waited. The envelope arrived 2 weeks later, thin, ordinary, containing the final fracture of our marriage. I opened it slowly, methodically. Numbers on a page, percentages, probabilities, 0% match. Not mine. I sat in the stillness, the paper trembling only slightly between my fingers. My daughter, our daughter, was not mine at all. The betrayal was complete. That night, I slid the report across the table after dinner. She looked at it, puzzled, then unfolded it. Her face shifted, confusion, then fear, then something close to collapse. "What is this?" she whispered. I didn't answer, didn't need to. Her hands shook as she read. Her lips moved, silent, like she was trying to bargain with the page. When her eyes finally lifted to mine, wet and frantic, I was stone. The courtroom smelled of old wood and dust. She sat across from me, her lawyer at her side, smug confidence painted on her face. "The prenup is ironclad," she smirked, voice carrying just enough to sting. "He'll walk away with nothing." I said nothing. I simply raised a hand and pointed to a single paragraph buried deep in the contract. One clause I had insisted on years ago, one she never thought to question. Her lawyer's eyes scanned it. His face drained of color. His hand gripped her arm hard enough to leave marks. He leaned close, whispering, but I heard it all. "The house, the accounts, what did you do?" Her smirk dissolved. Her lips parted, but no words came. I just sat there, silent, watching the wreckage unfold in her eyes. No shouting, no triumph, just cold revelation. She had gambled everything on deceit, and lost. Later, when the courtroom emptied, I stepped into the gray afternoon air. The city roared around me, but inside it was quiet. She would lose the house, the accounts, the carefully constructed life she built on betrayal. And me? I had already lost her long before the papers were signed. What remained now was clarity. There was no victory in it, only finality. I walked away without looking back, because sometimes the cruelest revenge is not rage, not violence, but silence. And in that silence, she would finally hear the truth of what she had done.